Welcome, everybody. So great to have you all join us. We'll get started in a few minutes at 1 o'clock. In the meantime, if people can rename yourselves with your province or territory and the name of your school, if you can, with your screen name, you can just go to the upper right-hand corner of your screen, I believe, and do that. That would be wonderful. Vous pouvez changer votre nom pour que ça dit votre province ou territoire et le nom de ton école. Ce serait excellent. Merci beaucoup. Welcome to everyone who's joining us. We'll get started in a few minutes. Hey, folks from Sir Charles Tupper School, I see your note in the chat. Great to have all of you here. I see folks from Westmount, folks from Canmore, Anna School, Agnes of Assisi, hi. José Nicole, bonjour, Saint-Michel. So great to have all of you joining us today. C'est super de vous voir aujourd'hui. Sir Adam Beck, Apple Schools. We'll get started in 1 minute. And we'll just ask that those of you who have just joined us, if you can rename your school name or your name, your Zoom name, so that your school name is there and your province in the beginning, if possible. That would be really helpful so that we can refer to you as we go. Welcome to those of you who have just joined. We'll get started in just 30 seconds, maybe. All right, my time says 1 o'clock, so we can get started. Welcome everyone to the 2022 Great Big Crunch. My name is Carolyn Webb and I work for an organization called Sustain Ontario, and I do facilitation, animation, and communications work with the Coalition for Healthy School Food. It's so great to see many of you here today. Bonjour, nous sommes ravis de vous voir si nombreux aujourd'hui. Pour tous les francophones de la ligne, nous vous encourageons à passer à la ligne d'interprétation française. Vous pouvez le faire en cliquant sur le bouton Interprétation dans votre panel Zoom. So before we get started, as I said, you could just rename your screen name with your province and territory and school name. And we'll be video recording the event and taking photos during the crunch activity specifically. So we'll be recording the whole thing and taking pictures during the crunch. So if you don't want to be recorded, or in photos, or if someone from your class doesn't have media permission, you could turn the camera off, or you could make sure that those without media permission aren't in front or visible. So I'm joining you today from the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. I live in Ottawa, and right now the sun is shining. It looks like I can see a lot of sun in many of your pictures. I'm feeling grounded by the yard outside my window. Last summer, my family took out a really big garage and a lot of asphalt. My kids loved digging up the asphalt. And now this year we'll be putting in fruit-bearing trees and flowering plants to nourish the pollinators and to support the land and to grow food that we'll be able to eat, which is great. I can also see our patio where we've enjoyed meals with our friends and family, even through COVID. And I'm really grateful for this outdoor space and reminded that food brings us together. With everything happening in the world right now, the theme of this year's Crunch is that of unity and resilience. And I'd ask us to focus on that theme as we celebrate together. Food brings us together in so many ways. We can learn about each other's traditions and cultures through food. We can learn about the history of the land that we live on through food. We can come together and feel that we have a sense of belonging and connection through food. And right now we're all coming together and celebrating through food. Who has an apple or a carrot or some other food there? Great. So today is Great Big Crunch's 14th year. That's older than a whole lot of you. The Crunch was started by an organization called Food Share Toronto to celebrate nutrition during Nutrition Month. And that's the month of March. And recently, the Crunch has been led by the Coalition for Healthy School Food to celebrate and encourage government support for school food programs. Since 2008, more than 1 million people have joined the Great Big Crunch in schools. Can you believe that? 1 million people who have crunched on Parliament Hill, in the provincial legislature, at city halls, outdoors, in so many different places across the country. And today, March 10th, is also International School Meals Day, a day to raise awareness for good nutrition for all children. We can celebrate the work of, there's a global coalition, School Meals Coalition, that's getting countries and organizations to sign on to a big global declaration for every child to get healthy, nutritious meal in school by 2030. So that's in 8 years. The goal is to make sure that every kid at school can have a meal. And today we're standing with an international community of people who want all children to enjoy a healthy meal at school and who are working to advance the UN Sustainable Development Goals through school food programs. So during this call today, we'll share why we're crunching for school food. We'll do some apple tree yoga. We'll hear from the Honorable Minister Karina Gold on behalf of the Government of Canada, and then I'll lead an activity ending in the crunch. So just a few little details before we get started. Again, can you rename your name so that your province and territory and school name are there? Feel free to use the reactions in your Zoom panel to share your excitement. Teachers, feel free to take a photo of your class and share it on social media if you're available on school, if you have a social media account. Nous encourageons nos francophones à passer à la ligne d'interprétation française. Vous pouvez le faire en cliquant sur le bouton interprétation dans votre panel Zoom. And again, we'll be recording the event and taking pictures of the crunch activity. So if you don't want to be in that, we'll ask you to turn your webcam off or make sure that those without media permission aren't visible. And so having said that, it's time to get started with the celebration. So this year is a really exciting year, and we have a video that shares the Government of Canada's commitment to school food programs.
Did you know the Canadian government promised $1 billion for school meal programs? They're going to give $200 million every year for 5 years.
Did you know that the Prime Minister asked the Minister of Agriculture and the Minister of Families and Children to develop a natural school nutritious meal program? That means they have to do it.
Thanks So those are my kids. I asked them to share the really exciting news that our government has shared that they're going to fund school meal programs. And yes, my kids were very excited to make that video, and I thank them. It's been a really exciting year with these really big commitments, and we have a lot to celebrate today. So right now we're going to take a few minutes and we'll go around and ask everybody, why are you crunching for school food today? And so you're welcome to either raise your virtual hand in the Zoom panel, or you can put it in the chat box. Why are you crunching for school food? And while everybody's finding their Zoom hand and thinking about what they might want to say, we'll share a video sent to us from the Honourable Lena Popham, BC's Minister of Agriculture, and the Honourable Jennifer Whiteside, BC's Minister of Education. Do we have that one, Gustav?
Yep,
Gustav,
it is coming up
great.
right now.
Should we ask somebody to speak first, or are you right there?
Right there.
Awesome. Yeah, and so we'll ask everybody to just give a bit of thought. Why are you speaking for, why are you crunching for school food? I see a comment, it's important to be healthy. And another comment, parce que j'aime les fruits. To raise awareness of eating healthy and the benefits of healthy eating. Because everyone deserves a snack at school. That's really great, yep. Oh, and it looks like Gustav's just loading up the...
My name is Jennifer Whiteside. I'm BC's Minister of Education.
And I'm Lena Popham. I'm BC's Minister of Agriculture and Food, and we are pleased to be joining you on the traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples of the Esquimalt and Songhees Nation.
Healthy food and snacks are good for our bodies, they nourish our minds, and they make us feel fantastic.
We encourage students to eat healthy snacks like BC-grown fruits and vegetables, whether you're at home, you're at school, or you're on the go.
And I want to thank the Coalition for Healthy School Food for encouraging and supporting healthy eating and school food programs.
A big thank you to our local farmers and food producers. We are honored to participate in the Great Big Crunch to make noise for healthy school food. Why are we crunching?
Well, I'm crunching for the health of BC students from kindergarten through grade 12.
And I'm crunching for their love of nutritious healthy snacks that they eat and share with their friends and family.
We hope you'll join us in the Great Big Crunch. Let's all crunch together. This is a great apple. So good.
Great pepper.
Thank you. And then I see a couple of people hands up and some more comments in the chat. So I see someone from Winnie Beverly Glen School. If you can take yourself off mute, I think you'll be able to share. Wanda, would you like to share? Wanda Lauren from Alberta, Food Matters. Would you like to share why you're crunching for school food today?
Sure. I like what the minister said about eating local food. So in Alberta, we're working on getting more and more local producers to get school food onto the kids' plates. So that's why I'm supporting this, because I just think it's an amazing thing to get healthy food from our local producers.
Thanks so much. Would the other folks, oh great. Would you like to share why you're crunching for school food?
Because it's healthy to eat healthy food.
Thank you so much, because it's healthy.
And for and taller.
Thank you so much, because it's healthy to eat healthy and you can grow taller and stronger. Thank you for sharing. And I see a lot of notes in our chat box. Teaching children about eating healthy at home and at school is critical for lifelong health and well-being. Making sure that students have the chance to eat healthy and have snacks is in school, so children have one less thing to worry about during school and can focus better in school. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing. That we have so much to celebrate and so many great reasons to crunch today. So we are going to start our apple yoga with Danny and Juliet from our staff team. They'll lead you, and Danny is a professional yoga teacher. Over to you guys.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me well? Carolyn, can you thumbs up? Yeah, great. All right. So hi, everyone. I'm going to do a little bit of yoga poses. Did you ever do any yoga? So get ready to move your body from the seed to the apple pie. So I'm going to do some poses standing and on the ground. And Juliette is going to do the poses on her chair. So in your classroom, you can decide whatever space you have, you can do it sitting or standing. All right, so we're going to begin. And we're going to begin doing the seed. So if you're on your chair, you're going to do the seed on your chair. If you're on the ground, you can do a little seed on the ground. And imagine your little apple seed and you're in the ground, it's humid, it's dark, maybe it's a little bit warm from the sun of the spring, and know that you have inside of you all the nutrients to become a plant and a big apple tree. Et donc, on fait la graine, la semence du pommier. Et ici, dans la semence du pommier, on va devenir une petite plante de pommier et ensuite, on va devenir un grand pommier. Donc, imagine que tu es cette petite graine. And then slowly, we are going to unroll and get on our feet. Et tranquillement, on va dérouler la colonne and we're going to become a little plant. So the head is heavy toward the ground, your hips are coming up, et donc la tête reste lourde. Et tranquillement, on va dérouler la colonne jusqu'à ce qu'on arrive debout. So until you get standing into a little plant and a little apple tree. Oh, et maintenant, on est devenu un arbre. And so to get further into a bigger apple tree, we're going to do the tree pose. And so to do this, you can do it sitting or standing. Donc, on peut le faire encore assis ou debout. Donc, you're going to take your right foot and put it inside your left thigh. So this is a little bit a challenge for the balance. Donc, on a un petit défi pour l'équilibre aussi. You can keep your ankle in your hand, or you can also let it go. So, tu peux garder dans ta main ou tu peux laisser aller. And now we're doing the apple tree. Big apple tree. Maybe you can put your branches up. Donc, tu peux peut-être monter tes branches. Peut-être que les branches vont bouger dans le vent. Maybe the branches are going to sway in the wind. And put your foot down. And the hands come down. And then we're going to do it on the other side. So the left foot inside the right thigh. And we're doing the tree pose on the other side. Maybe you can bring your branches up. Maybe they're going to swing the wind. Donc le vent dans nos branches. Et puis on descend le pied au sol. Great. And now, really a part that I really like, we're going to go and pick apples in your tree. So go and grab the furthest apple. Oh, there's a really nice one here. Stretch and put it down in your basket. On va attraper des pommes et tire le plus loin possible. Oh, et on la met dans le panier au milieu. And then stretch up and put your apple in the basket. Yeah, on a ramassé plein de pommes. And now we're going to do the pose of the basket. So on your chair or on the floor, put your soles of your feet together. Donc, on met les plants des pieds ensemble. Et nous sommes maintenant un panier. And you can grab your feet and get your back straight. Dans la colonne bien droite. And then look into your basket. Oh, how many apples do I have in here? J'ai beaucoup de pommes dans mon panier. Et puis, on va venir ouvrir les jambes. So you can open up the legs on the chair or on the floor. And now we're going to do the apple pie. Donc, on fait maintenant le morceau de la pointe de tarte aux pommes. And I'm going to grab another apple. So you can follow me. Chop it up and put it in the pie. On va aller cueillir une autre pomme. On va la couper. Et on va mettre dans la tarte aux pommes. And another one. Chop it up. What else do you like to put into your apple pie? I like to put cinnamon. Moi, je mets de la cannelle dans ma tarte aux pommes. Qu'est-ce que vous mettez, vous autres? Oh, plein de belles choses. And now we're gonna close it all up. Donc, on va fermer la pointe de tarte. Open the oven. On prend la tarte aux pommes et hop, dans le four. On va refermer ça. And then while we wait for our apple pie to bake, we're just gonna sit legs crossed, put our hands on our knees and take a big deep breath to smell the apple pie. Donc, on prend une grande respiration pour sentir la tarte aux pommes qui cuit. Est-ce que vous le sentez? Et expire. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Merci d'avoir participé. And I wish you a really awesome, great big crunch. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much. Merci, Dani. Thank you, Juliette. I'm feeling lighter and enjoyed the stretching. Thank you. So now we're going to have a big go around and see who's here from across the country. I can see so many schools, and we were up to about 175 folks on the line, with many of those folks having multiple classrooms. And so there are a lot of us here today together. So what I'm going to do is name different regions of the country from west to east. And when I name your region, I'll ask everyone from that area to just wave your hands. And if you can raise your virtual hand, then we'll be able to see you and spotlight you, and we can share our excitement. And so we'll go west to east. And so we'll start with BC. I'm wondering if folks from BC can raise your hands, and we'll be able to profile you. So see Jesse and Cindy and Sam and Horace Allen. Oh, school in Alberta. I'll come to you in a moment. Janelle. And my aunt always sends me flowers. Oh, folks in Prince George, Quinton Elementary. Hi, great to see you folks. Oh, hey there. My aunt always sends me pictures of flowers during this time of year, so I hope that the weather's beautiful. I see some big hearts. Great. Hey everyone, great to see you. So we'll go a little now to the east. Folks from the prairies, I'll ask folks from across Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba to put up your hands. Hi Heather. Oh, I see Emisk School in Alberta. Hi, great to have you here. And Alice, and oh, great to have all of you. Notre Dame des Monts in Canmore, Horace Allen, Coleman. Great to see you all waving. Oh, who has apples? Can you show your apple? Or carrots or other crunchy foods? Love the waving. Great to see you all. How about the territories now? Do we have folks from Yukon or Northwest Territories, or oh, who's here? From Nunavut. Oh, Noreen from the Yukon, and hi Rachel, great to see you. We'll move over to Ontario. I know we have a number of schools from Ontario. Can you wave if you're in Ontario, or raise your hand, please? I see Jack and St. Agnes is at Assisi in Woodbridge. Isabel Fletcher Public School. Hi there. Great to have you all here. Hey, can you show us some apples or carrots or other fruits? Awesome. And Westmount in Ontario, hi. I believe that's Elizabeth Sutton, St. Bernard of Clairview, St. Agnes of Assisi, I think I already mentioned you. St. Marguerite Bourgeois, bonjour, hello. So great to have you. We'll move over to Quebec. We actually got a video from some students in Quebec who did their crunch yesterday. And so we'll just share that really quick video of them. Gustav, could you share that?
Pomme, poivre, pomme verte, concombre, Broccoli.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone now moving across to the Atlantic region where we'll end up? Do we have anyone from the Atlantic region, from Newfoundland, from Nova Scotia, any schools from, you can just wave and say hi. Oh, hi. We've got Sir Charles Tupper School in Halifax. Great to see you. Oh, hey there. And Lindsay and Suzanne, hi. School Lunch Association, great to have you all here. All right, I think we've raised a lot of, it looks like everybody's super excited and ready for the crunch. We'll get there very soon. Thanks so much. And we've heard from a number of schools that aren't able to make it today, but they'll be doing their own crunch either last week or next week or today, but at a different time. And so people are welcome to crunch throughout March. Debbie, I will pass it over to you to introduce the Honorable Karina Gould.
Great. Well, it's fantastic to be here with everybody. It is such a pleasure. I just want to thank all the teachers and the schools and politicians and members of the coalition who are all here. It is with great pleasure that I can introduce the Honorable Minister Katrina Gould, Minister and Representative of Burlington, Ontario, who with Minister Marie-Claude Bibeau have been mandated to create a national school food program for Canada. And this is something that many of us have been waiting for decades. And in the last few months, as we and the coalition have met with Minister Gould's staff and Minister Bibeau's staff and others in the federal government, we really can feel that this is about to happen. And Minister Gould, we are so grateful for your personal dedication, for joining us. I think you're in Avalon, Newfoundland today, and it takes a lot to make the time to join us. So we are so grateful. So it's with great pleasure that we turn it over to you for a few minutes.
Oh, well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Debbie and Carolyn and everyone at the Coalition for Healthy School Food for putting this on. I am so delighted to be with you. As you mentioned, I am calling in from Avalon, Newfoundland. We're actually just on the road right now to visit Harbor Grace. So it's amazing to see students from coast to coast to coast. Je suis ravie d'être parmi vous et merci tout le monde pour être ici. C'est vraiment un moment fantastique de voir les élèves de partout au pays et les gens de partout au pays. You know, as we talked about, healthy school foods are so important, and I'm really delighted to be working with Madame Bibeau, the Minister of Agriculture, and the Coalition for Healthy School Foods to be able to deliver this right across the country, because we know that it's important to have you know, food in our bellies so that we can pay attention when we're in school. It's important to make sure that children, no matter their circumstances across this country, have access to healthy food. We can start having that conversation and start delivering. So got my apple here. See, crunch. I'm excited to do the crunch, but I just want to say a big thank you to everyone for participating today. It's really brilliant to see you, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you as we move forward on the task that we've been given by the Prime Minister to deliver a national school food policy across the country. Alors, merci tout le monde, et on va faire le crunch.
Thank you so much. We are so pleased you could join us today, and we're really excited to work together in the weeks and months and years ahead. So it's time to start the crunch activity. So I'm going to lead us in a crunch activity. Je vais maintenant vous guider à travers notre dernière activité pour faire la croquée. And just a reminder that we'll be taking photos of crunchers just during this time period, and that we'll share them out afterwards. So if you don't want your classroom's picture to be shared, please either turn your webcam off or make sure that those without media permission aren't in front. or you can send us a note right after. As long as the name of your school is visible, we can edit you out. And so on with the activity. This activity draws from Foodshare Toronto's 2020 Great Big Crunch Guide, and it's all about sensory exploration. And we can link it to messages about body positivity and celebrating differences. So I'll just ask everyone to take your apple or other crunchy vegetable or fruit. We're gonna get to know it. Je vais vous demander de prendre votre pomme ou de fruits ou légumes croquants que vous avez apportés et nous allons apprendre à le connaître. So, à quoi ressemble votre aliment? What does it look like? Tout comme notre corps, les pommes et les autres fruits et légumes ont des formes et des tailles différentes. So just like our bodies, apples and other fruits and vegetables come in all different shapes and sizes. Mine's kind of a medium-sized apple, a little bit larger than some. And like people, apples also come in different colors. So mine is mostly, you can see red with some yellow and spots as we turn it around. And it has some white freckles. Well, I don't know if they can be seen. And a few blemishes and spots, just like people. And when I look at it from one side, it's, can people still see me? I can't see myself, which is probably fine, but it's not very symmetrical. So the top on one side is a lot higher than the other on mine. And it's a bit shiny, but if I polish mine up, I'm polishing it right now. Oh, now it looks really shiny. And what does yours look like? Ma pomme est de taille moyenne, un peu plus grande que d'autres, et comme les gens, les pommes se présentent aussi sous différentes couleurs. La mienne, c'est principalement rouge, avec un peu de jaune. Elle a des taches de rousseur et quelques imperfections comme les gens. So next, how does it feel? Qu'est-ce que vous ressentez quand vous touchez votre aliment? Est-ce qu'il est lisse, collant, dur? So if you feel all the different parts, does it feel smooth, sticky, or hard, or a bit spongy? I'm feeling mine and it's pretty bumpy and rough in places. My stem is kind of hard and the whole apple feels a bit dry. Je touche ma pomme et elle est plutôt bosselée et rougeuse. À certains endroits, la tige est un peu dure. So, quelle est son odeur? What does it smell like? I'm smelling mine and there's a hint of apple smell. It smells kind of sweet and very tempting. Je sens la mienne. Il y a un soupçon d'odeur de pomme. My apple is called an ambrosia apple. It's both sweet and kind of tart. So I can smell a bit of both of those. Can you smell yours too? And then what does it sound like? Do you hear the ocean when you listen to it? Entendez-vous l'océan quand vous l'écoutez? When I asked my 7-year-old, he said, yes, I can hear the ocean. I can't hear the ocean for me though. Et quel bruit est-ce que ça fait lorsqu'on prend un bouchée? What does it sound like when we take a bite? And what does it taste like? Quel goût ça a? On va le découvrir dans un instant. So these are things we get to discover in a moment. So it's time for us to take our crunch. Make sure you have your apple or other crunchy fruit or vegetable ready. Préparez-vous. À 5, on va faire notre croquis. So we're going to do our crunch in 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, crunch.
Mm.
Yum. You know what? That was so good. Let's do one more. On va la faire encore. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, croque. Mm. Thank you so much, everyone. Tried to finish my bite. So we've been so glad to have all of you join us today. Thank you, Minister Gould, for joining us for the crunch on behalf of the Government of Canada and for your passion and commitment to school food and all this work. We're really looking forward to supporting the development of a Canada-wide program in the months ahead. And thanks to everybody on the call for joining us for the Great Big Crunch. Keep crunching through Nutrition Month and have a fantastic day.